Welcome to Framework Fortune. If you didn't join me this morning in the live stream, this is what this video is pretty much about, but there will be some technical analysis of the trades that I took and what all happened. So if you did join me, you guys know the live stream was having issues. It was on the technical side. Turns out there was an update with my streaming software, OBS, changed all my settings. It was a headache, but I've got it fixed now. And we will be back streaming tomorrow, same time. Should be good to go. However, I stayed in my Indo trade and actually just added 10 more shares. And you can see here in after hours, it is starting to pop up again. Now, Indo is the water company, the drilling company that supposedly found some oil. It has been uptrending, so I just bought it down near the uptrend earlier today and held through this little sideways movement while the SPY was very choppy. I'm still in right now 40 shares. I don't think I'm going to hold overnight with that choppiness, but I am holding to see if it's going to break out over $8 here in after hours, and I'll probably lock it out. And also shout out to HH Trader for helping me out with the settings and the OBS and all that with the update, and him holding down the fort this morning while I was out of commission. So one of the stocks he was talking about was Overstock, and I actually got in here after seeing it starting to go back up, and I did a little research. Overstock is not really reacting that much to the SPY as it should be. H&H Trader said that the beta on the SPY, the beta for OSTK, which is how reactive it is to the SPY, is pretty high. On a scale of 0 to 5, OSTK ranks as a 4 point something or whatever. Not really something I use, but can be a useful tool to know if the SPY is going to have a big effect on a stock. However, after digging a little bit deeper in doing some research, of course, Hal did a lot of research on it, but we did some more and we found out a few things. So this is T0. T0 is a blockchain technology based exchange for private securities. So they don't call these securities cryptos because they're not like a cryptocurrency. Instead, well, honestly, they are very, very similar to a cryptocurrency, but it's basically just a token or cryptocurrency, however you want to look at it. It's a digital asset, right? So they have this exchange. Overstock owns T0. This digital security exchange, private exchange, has only a few securities so far. But one of those is Overstock and one of those is T0. So T0 is a subsidiary of Overstock. So I don't think Overstock is so much a stock market play where it's going to react with the SPYs when people start to realize what they launched. It's more in the crypto space. Who knew? Overstock, right? You thought you were just buying your necklaces and toys and whatever else off there for decent deals. They actually have a digital security blockchain-based exchange. So that actually made me kind of bullish on it. So I did jump in here. Just 2 shares of it above 45. Is continuing to try to hold 45. But the whole time this thing was going sideways, the SPY was dumping. Same thing with INDO moving up. The SPY has continued to dump. So those plays are not paying that much attention to this nasty, nasty dump we've continuing to have. If 420 breaks, or cracks, I should say, on the SPY, we are going to see some pullbacks that are not going to be pretty. This is nothing compared to what we'll see if 420 breaks. and we see a drop to the downside. So be very prepared this week to see that possibly happen, as Ukrainian parliament did vote to approve a state of emergency. So they're going into a state of emergency with this Russian thing. Europe's putting sanctions on Russia. Biden's putting sanctions on Russia. All of that's going on top of all of the economic uncertainty that we already had, that we've been discussing. So, not looking too good for the SPY. The only flip side, the glass half full side of this, is if we do go into a war, military stocks, especially I would say cybersecurity, might see some buying coming into them. However, with the market crashing, if that's the case, at the same time, I don't know. So we'll see. It could turn out to be a rotation in the stock market into military stocks if that's what's going on. Let's just check a couple of military stocks right now anyway and take a look. Like POW, smaller, cheaper one. But Lauren, our Framework Fortune community do all, because she does a whole lot of stuff and we appreciate her so much. This is one of her picks. And you see it's been downtrending for a while, but it's been kind of peaceful times as far as war around the globe. Is having a pullback with the SPY, but it's already before that, it was already at lows for the year, all the way back to March last year. Just hit 395. So it's holding, even though the SPY is cracked, it's held 2 days so far at $4, which may suggest, and if we see the same thing on other military stocks, that we may see that type of little rotation into them. Whether or not, I don't know if that rotation will happen at the moment, or if we have a strong crash, it may happen after that. The timing of all this, I don't think it's going to be a straight down drop. If we crack the 420, I think it'll still be a pretty slow fall, but intraday will be a lot more volatility, and there'll be some days where we see probably some pretty big dumps, bigger than this. This so far has been a $10 dump. We may see some where it's like $20, and then the next day there's like a $5 rebound, and then the next day is another $5 drop. I don't foresee us just crashing straight out. Plus, the SEC can halt the stock market, the entire thing. And if it gets too out of hand, that's what they'll do. So be aware, if you're a day trader, especially, you don't want to be in a day trade and the whole entire market gets halted. That happened back in the February-March dip in 2020, the COVID little pullback that we had. Some people was getting stuck in those all-day halts. So that is a possibility that we could be seeing if the SPY does start really, really going. Pop back over to Indo. So Indo did get a little rejection off of that top of the trend line. I'm still in the green, but I do want to see it hold above 750 here. Yeah, there comes some buying back in. I don't know. We'll see if it continues to hold. If it doesn't, I'm going to jump out, take the little profit. Now, if you caught the video with futures trader Josie last night and the challenge, the evaluation for the futures trading on Earn to Trade, I have started that evaluation and I did hit my profit goal. If you was in H&H Traders chat, I was over there for a minute talking to people and stuff while I was trying to figure out what was going on with the streams. But you have a daily target that you got to hit. This was a NASDAQ futures contract. And when the SPY dumped this morning, I was looking for the bottom. I did get it a little early, and then I held through. I just had one contract at 13,790, but I held through looking for that bounce off of that bottom, the same thing that we were looking at on the SPY of 425. and it got a nice pop back up where I took my profit at selling that contract 13,821 for a $420 profit. So first day of the evaluation, I have passed. I'm not too far over the profit target to where I would have to continue to hit higher profit numbers. I'm right there where I need to be, so I'm going to call it a day on that. But we'll continue to update on how this challenge goes, not Ninja Trader, but Earn to Trade futures prop trading evaluation that I am taking. See if I can continue to maintain consistency and then move up in account size. Now, if you do check out the indexes, you're keeping an eye on those. The dollar index has made a short-term downtrend, so that is very bearish on it. It has a 30-year at least downtrend. So the US dollar really looking like it's going to come down, and we're seeing that silver breaking out of this triangle. Does need to pop over 25 again to really become bullish, but looking pretty good with a bit of a double bottom there. Gold, with this uncertainty, still continuing to test the 900, but holding it up as support, the 1900 I should say, but still holding it up as support. And then cryptos we'll be talking about on the crypto update here live in just a little while on Framework Fortune Crypto. Apologies to everybody for the technical difficulties this morning. They should be resolved for tomorrow morning. We'll see here in the crypto update in just a little while. Appreciate you guys joining me as always. Stay safe out there.